On this episode of Art of Rake, we're going to look at two Moebius Novas.
Wheels, stance, color, and attitude. The Art of Rake.
So when this kit first came out from Moebius, I bought, of course, a gasser and the 64 SS. The gasser was the 65, and if I wasn't the first one to do this modification, I mean, I had this done within 2 weeks when these kits came out, so I was pretty early on getting these done. But I did the 65 like the 64. I'm pretty sure I was the first one to do this. So we're going to take a look at these. Now, I wrote a story about this. So this is my vision for my first two Novas. I built at least 5 of these kits already. But these are the first 2 that we're going to look at. And I'm showing these together because they're kind of like, to me, it was a tale of 2 twin brothers, Dan and Andy. And when they turned 16, their dad, who owned a body shop and had a slew of old Novas, gave each son a pick of the stock. Dan was not mechanical, so he chose the 64 Nova SS, and it's mainly stock with red lines and rally wheels. The second son, Andy, was a motorhead, so he is more of a his is more of a hot rod. He chose the 65 post car, choosing early Americans with the larger rear tires, hopped up motor with headers, cam, high-rise big carb, and a rare cow air cleaner. Both cars were small blocks and 4-speed. Dad had 2 64 Nova SS interior kits that he had a buddy who owned a upholstery shop stitch up both in white. Dad got a good deal on 69 Chevelle frost green paint, so both cars were painted the same. The boys were quite happy with their cars, and they were very close to each other. So I ended up using 3 kits to do these 2 stock 64 kits and 1 65 gasser kit, moving parts between the 2. So 3 kits ended up making two cars. So we're going to take a look at the 64 first, because that's pretty much out of the box. Now, I used PPG waterborne paint on this. It was an experiment that I wanted to do. So these both have waterborne paint for the base color, and then I used PPG clear, all airbrushed on the second one. So basically what I added to this is it's just painting details. Of course, I added the AMT parts packs. Let me get my pointer. Not ready. I don't have my pointer. Where'd it go? These are AMT parts packs wheels. I have a little bit bigger, taller one on the back. And then these are off, the rally wheels are off the 67 Corvette from Revell. Now, these do have motors in them, but they're not wired and plumbed. So this one's basically the kit motor. I used the air cleaner off of 67 Chevelle big block. Other than that, it's pretty stock. That's nothing too fancy. I just wanted to get these kits built when they first came out. I added a 67 Chevelle steering wheel on the inside. There we go. Set of gauges, the 3 gauges under the dash. Tuxedo black and white interior. I added, of course, my little exhaust tips that I always put on all my cars, pretty much. And I had the tags on it. Painted the back silver. Pretty much a stock 64. Again, it was these were just to get these kits done. So they do have motors in them, but I don't have a lot of detail and stuff underneath of them. So that's the 64. But the real one is the 65 that I really enjoyed, because I wasn't sure what fit and what was compatible between the 2 kits. So this basically has a 64 interior in it. And I did the same thing, same gauges, same steering wheel, same tachometer, same exhaust tips. So they're pretty much identical, except this is a 65. And the difference on this one is under the hood. So I put a pair of shorty headers on it. I used the special air cleaner. I got that on my parts box. I don't even know where that's from. I got a high rise on it with a big carburetor. So it's a little bit more of a hot rod. And then I used my my favorite, all-time favorite early Americans off the Rebel 32 Ford wheels and tires. I've parted out some of those kits for those wheels. Anytime I find those wheels and tires, I pick them up. But there, I have probably the largest collection of early Americans known to mankind. I buy a lot of them. So that's kind of my story on these. I just really wanted to see if the 65 post parts fit on the 64, and they do. So I built a couple other ones that I'll show you at a later date. And I didn't rub these out. I pretty much just, I was experimenting with the waterborne paint. So I just wanted to see what they would look like. But I like them in frost green. Everybody really liked, when I first started posting pictures of these, everybody really liked them. So I got 64 Super Sport, and I got 65 Post. So that's pretty much it on these. Let me know what you think, and then we'll see you on the next one.